Brothers and sisters, I testify to you here and now, there will be eternal ramifications for each and every human being alive today in this country. It will be better if we had not been born. We have been given everything. Everything. And for us to squander it, for us not being willing to speak up because we're afraid, I am convinced, I think I know what hell is. I really do. Hell is not in a... I have a few names I'd like to send there. It's not a lake of fire. If you understand God, the only way I can understand God, He is too big. And you know what? If I... Why are the lights moving? Thank you. God, is that you? The only way my puny little mind can understand God is to think of Him as a dad. I think of Him as my father. And I can understand Him. And that way I can understand how I'm supposed to be with my children. There are things that I don't want to do, but I do because I have to teach them. They have to learn. Don't touch that, don't touch that, don't touch that, don't touch that, don't touch that. Psst, ow! I told you not to touch that. They have to learn. Now I see God as a dad. I don't know, maybe I die and He's like a, 80-legged octopus or something. I don't know, that's fine if it... Well, that would be a surprise, won't it? Whoa! Got that one wrong. I think God has a sense of humor. I think He's going to wear that when we get up there. I'll be like, crap, you were an octopus! Yes, and I'm really pissed about your stance on the golf. It's late, it's been a long day, sorry. I see Him as a dad. And I'll tell you what hell is. To me. And we have all had this feeling when we have done something wrong. And we know it. And we've really wronged someone. And we kind of knew it at the time, but we kind of hoped that it would just kind of go away. And there's that person that we really respect. And we love. And we can't look them in the eye. And it's better for us if we just withdraw. Because we can't stand it. May I recommend that we have to make a choice. We must choose to do the hard thing. People will ask in the days ahead, where is that shelter? As John Newton got down on his knees, he had no shelter. They were out in the middle of the ocean. There was no shelter. He got down on his knees and he prayed, help us, Lord, help us. There won't be shelter. You're already there. So now what are you going to do? How are you going to deal with it? You choose today to start living your life the way you're supposed to live your life. You know, I'm writing this is not going to be a surprise. I'm writing a book. And this may be the thing that I do end up having to pay for, because I didn't have the courage, because everybody said, no, Glenn. No, Glenn, no, Glenn, no, Glenn, no, Glenn. And I knew that it was the right thing to do, and I was tired, and I didn't... And I said, I'll wait. The book that was supposed to come out this fall is called God, Blessing and Curse. If you know God, it is the greatest blessing you will ever know. I was lost, but now am found. I was blind, but now I see. It is the greatest blessing. A couple of weeks ago, I went to the doctor because of my eyes. I can't focus my eyes. And I went to the doctor, and actually I went to Lens Crafters first. And the Lens Crafters guy said, "Whoa, you might be going blind." I go home and I said, "Honey, the Lens Crafters guy said..." So I went to the best doctor I could find while I could still go to the best doctor I can find. And he did all kinds of tests, and he said, "You have macular dystrophy." And I said, "Is that Jerry Lewis thing, telethon that he does? Because I should have given more." And I said, "What does that mean?" And he said, "Well, it's kind of the full range. You could go blind in the next year, or you might not." I said, "Did you just charge me $1,000 for knowing what I already knew my whole life?" I mean, I think we know that as 3. You might go blind someday. You might not. You're a doctor like I'm a doctor, aren't you? I will tell you, in fact, Krista Branch and her husband were in my office the day that I had to go to the doctor. And I was speaking to him last night. I said, "So great to meet you." And they said, "Glenn, we were in your office a few weeks ago." And I said, "Really?" It was very memorable. They said, "It was the day you had to go to the doctor." And I said, "Oh, yeah, okay. Now I know," because that whole day, quite honestly, I know what my wife looks like. I know what my children look like. I have a great imagination. I know what color looks like. But I love to read. And I thought to myself,